KBLA Talk 1580, where voices matter.
I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns.
You about to feel the chronicles of a bionicle lyrically spitting, dismissing. I'm on a mission and just hitting. Now it's written and kitten, hitting with mittens. I'm missing, wishing, man, listen. I glisten like sun and water while fishing. Bust the move in this word. Serve words with nerve embedded. I said it word, damn you nerd, man, you heard. Coming from the town of Illy and alleys are full of Phillies and rallies. Suckers get silly and Sally. Them found in alleys and rally. Really? So here we go. Now holla if you hear me though. Come and feel me. Flow. Never mixing with tricking brothers, bitching over fixins that ain't fitting to be hitting for nothing. Spitting things is bitten and getting written off. You're like a bad platter, boy, you're pissing me off. Boy, you even started, so what, so long, see you fly by my try. How else could I say it when you play it? Try boom, bye bye, bye bye. Here we go, now holla if you hear me, oh, come and feel me flow. Here we go, now holla if you hear me, oh, come and feel me flow. The flow pro-poetical, with skills only a better, no where's the weather flow that's on point like decimals, manhandling new crews, partying with the zoo crew, looking for the pink and poo-poos. I thought you knew two stones.
Good evening, LA. You're tuned in to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. And we continue rolling into Sagittarius season. Happy Tuesday. Happy birthday to Tretch, Naughty by Nature. Big ups to them. Naughty by Nature, that is. And Tretch, happy birthday. Listen, those OPP t-shirts had people in a chokehold back in the day. It was a little promo item. People were really working hard to get those because they were rare. You know, it's a little bit. I don't think that they were bootlegged extensively. They probably were at some point, but it was a hot ticket item, right? OPP. All right, you guys, you know how we get down over here. This is where you're going to get the update, the trending topics, the headlines, the conversations that, you know, your slightly messy spirit, but in a responsible way, wants to get into. So tonight, we got a little family drama, legal warnings, unexpected honesty from legends, and an R&B brother who says Beyoncé and Jay-Z need to step up. Pull up to the chat. All right, so grab a beverage, get your snacks, because we got some things to get into tonight. We are talking Ray J calling out Beyoncé and Jay-Z. They've shown up to several shows on the Boy Is Mine tour with Brandy and Monica, but Ray J is pointing out one particular thing, and he'd like to see some changes with it. We're going to get into that. We are also talking about Tamar Braxton. Now, if you recall a couple of months ago, Tamar talked about how she had some sort of accident where she apparently blacked out, lost teeth, face was swollen, never would look the same, and she claimed she didn't know what happened, right? She woke up, and this was the state that she was in. So we're going to get into a little back and forth regarding that. But before we get into all of that, last night, you know, we talked about the Diddy documentary that dropped today that 50 Cent produced, Sean Combs' The Reckoning. So I've had a chance to check out about 2 1/4 of the 4 episodes, right? One, it is really good. It is well put together. I will say that. You get, I feel, a really complete, maybe some will say biased, picture, at least thus far, of who Sean Combs was and how he got to be Puffy Diddy and his drive and what fueled him and the environment that he came from. The footage, as we mentioned last night, he's been filming himself since he was probably 19, hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of tape recordings. But this footage in particular was footage he was filming for a documentary. As I mentioned, he was in negotiations with Netflix from it. So it's looking like perhaps whoever was filming it, remember, Diddy was arrested before he was expected to turn himself in. Maybe that individual didn't get paid and decided to get a check from someplace else, right? We'll have to see how it all comes out. As I said, it dropped today. And listen, this is a little bit of your legal smoke. We always got law and order going here, right? The doc had juror confessions. A lot of people from Puff's history that were there in the early times of Bad Boy to add some explanation, some color, some shaping on those early dealings. And they did discuss why they feel Puff might have been connected to not just Pac's death, but Biggie's. They explore it. Okay. Puff's lawyers sent a cease and desist letter to Netflix, right? And they're claiming that the footage was stolen, obtained illegally. And he says Netflix violated their prior contract discussions from 2023 when Diddy met with them for his doc, which is what this footage is from. And they're saying Netflix just handed the footage to 50 Cent. They're claiming that the footage includes privileged attorney-client communications. It does. There are recordings of Diddy talking to his lawyers. He is on speakerphone with a room full of people, but still. Unfinished documentary content and private moments filmed by Diddy himself. Andy?
I was going to say, how they raided his house prior to everything?
Yeah.
I mean, is it possible that maybe they found some of that footage in the raid?
I don't know. But here's the thing. Then the police, because the police can't give that legally footage away. I think that Diddy had a contract with Netflix, right? And probably hired these camera people. We don't know if they got paid with how quickly Diddy was arrested. And Netflix, maybe on paper, owned that footage or the documentary stuff. And that is how they, work that legal aspect of it. But we'll have to see. All right, really quickly. Jurors number 160 and 75 spoke on the deliberations, right? They said that juror 75 said she wanted to, talking about Cassie, she wanted to be with him and he took her for granted. You cannot clap with one hand and then, hide the other. They both wanted this volatile relationship. They said that the quick reconciliations made deliberations confusing. The quote was, he's beating her and the next morning they're going to dinner. That confused one of the jurors. And, they did point out everyone thought that the beating was horrific, but he wasn't charged with that. Juror 160 said the behavior on the CNN video was unforgivable, but notes domestic violence wasn't one of the criminal charges they had to evaluate. His words were OS. And, it's a lot there. When we come forward, we'll get into more details of that. Plus, these trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends, near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. I'm falling. There's no escape. I can't wait. I need a hit. Baby, give me it. You're dangerous. I'm loving it. Too high, can't come down. Losing my head, spinning round and round. Do you feel me now?
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Happy birthday, Britney Spears. Toxic is the perfect song for all of the topics that we are going to get into. Shout out to Andy. He doesn't miss. He never misses. This was my joint. Happy birthday, Britney. I hope she's twirling in her living room somewhere. Get it, B? All right, you guys, listen, you know how this goes down. If at any point you want to get in on the conversation, 800-920-1580, that's the number that you can call in. Yes, Andy?
You know, I got to ask.
Ask.
I think about the late 90s, early 2000s pop era.
Yeah.
You know, that was some popping music.
Big. TRL, all of that, yeah.
Now, I know, you know what I'm saying, you're a little bit older than me or whatnot, so you've experienced...
We didn't have to talk about that,
okay,
but go ahead. We
okay.
can just tell the story and ask the question.
So, like,
I'm just wondering.
So, like, I guess my comparison is late 80s, early 90s, or 90s pop music in comparison to that 90s 2000 era. The Christina Aguilera, the Justin Timberlakes, I mean,
the boy bands and stuff.
The boy bands, just the influx of talent during that period, I felt like was a booming period for pop music. And I mean, you know, as a black man, I ain't gonna lie, hip hop, R&B, but I was tapped into the pop music at that time.
Listen, MTV, that's what it is. MTV. You think about this, right? The end of the 90s, early 2000s, when Britney, the boy bands, all of that, a big part of that popularity was TRL dropped and getting to see that countdown with a live audience of teens that they were appealing to. That's also the last time that we had as many groups focused on a younger demographic, on the teen demographic. And when you are a teen, young adult, you are a rabid fan base, right? So it feels really, really big. And at that point, MTV had been around for not even 20 years yet when that launched. So it was still the thing. Video was still expanding. We were still, you know, opening up more areas, so to speak. 106 in Park hadn't launched yet. Stephen Hill was at MTV doing that. So there you go. I think that is why that era was so epic. We were at the golden age as far as pop music, exposure, things like that. There had never been a thing like MTV. The closest thing would be Soul Train or American Bandstand, stuff like that. But that wasn't daily. So it was a big period. Shout out to that. All right. Like I said, I think I mentioned that. 800-920-1580 if you want to call in. Social media, KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill everywhere. Download the app. Catch up on past episodes. Or get the visual to go along with this audio experience. Join our YouTube chat. The VIPs are chatting. They always have conversation. They always have a lot of commentary to add. So get in there and get after that. Okay, last note on that Diddy doc that I do think you should check out. Like I said, it was really, really interesting, thorough. Some of the stuff you've heard before, some of the stuff is new. But, side note, random. So why did I pop up in the Diddy documentary? By way of Tupac video, the I Get Around video. So that's why. So yeah, if you see me, screenshot it for me or something. Okay. So also, Andy, you mentioned this last night and I hadn't seen them yet, but I went and looked for them and TMZ talked about it. The AI prison photos of Diddy with him that have been floating around. They show Diddy like playing basketball or laughing or hugging people from behind. His rep has said those images aren't real. They are AI fabrications. It's disconcerting how many and how often manipulated images are being pushed right now. So, yeah.
It's going to be a whole bunch of lawsuits if that's the case because AI is here and it's running rampant.
So we'll see what happens with that, right? Like so much happening, so many different things going on. All right, so there's that. So speaking of crash outs, and he called this a crash out. He said he was crashing out, but I actually don't think that this is a crash out. This is very strategic. And I feel like he was telling his true feelings of something he's observed. Right. So Ray J stepped into the chat and he had a sibling request for his sister Brandy. He would like Beyoncé and Jay-Z to give Brandy and Monica some public flowers after attending the Boy Is Mine tour. Now, for backstory, Beyoncé has been to about 4 or 5 shows. Kelly Rowland is one of the opening acts. Andy said why. I'm filling it in. It was coming. And she's been supportive of Kelly. She's been supporting Kelly. She's posted some behind the scenes photos. But one would think, right? After we've seen Queen Latifah, we've seen Rihanna, we've seen Michelle Obama full of flowers and posting photos with Brandy and Monica, that maybe, just maybe one of those several occasions, Beyonce might want to maybe flick it up with the headliners, maybe, but that hasn't happened. And Ray J, it's like we all look up to you. Show some love to Brandy, right? Put it out there. Here's a little bit of Did I send the clip of Ray J? Okay, so here's a little bit of what Ray J had to say.
And we look up to y'all. For y'all to come to every one of Brandy and Monica's shows and never say what's up to B, and take all the pictures and all. I mean, it just, I don't like it. And I love you, Jay, and I love you, B. Please, like, you guys are the biggest 2 stars in the world. So we know you there. Just, y'all walk by Brandy room, just pull her, say what's up, B, have a good show. I mean, she don't care. She never told me about this, and I am crashing out on this one. This is crazy. But as a brother and a fan of Jay-Z and Beyonce, like we want to take some pictures with y'all too, and we want to say hi, and we want to be inspired by the inspirational words that you guys are going to give us. Jay-Z and Beyonce, please, and I know Brandy and Ryan are going to hate this, but please pull up and say what's up to B. And if y'all there, this y'all 6th or 7th time being at the or the Monica Brandy's when y'all ain't said what's up to B at all. I just don't think that that's okay. I love you guys. No, come on, Jay. Come on, B. Let's do the right thing, all right? I love you.
So, here's the thing, right? So Fahim in the chat says, Jill, they really need to leave B and Hove alone. Let people live their lives and do what they choose. And that's fair. That's honest. And that's a realistic take, right? But one of the observations is that Beyonce has always spoken through her photography, the photos that she chooses to pose, the things that she chooses to include. They're clues to her psyche, right? And once again, Brandy has not said anything about this, nor has Monica, but sometimes you see some things and you want to put yourself in a position to defend your people where maybe they can't, politically speaking. There's even been points to one of the pictures that Beyonce posted. It was a poster. Brandy was cut out of the photo of the poster. Now, we know that Beyonce has had strategic edits in the past, right? I'm going to say this. If you're posting behind it, they can do as they choose. Absolutely. You do not have to be gracious and give yourself to them. But I do think that there is a reason why you aren't frolicking with the headliners, right? I do. Now, what that reason is, we can speculate, we can guess. I mean, one could say, Beyonce knows that if you are in a photo with Beyonce, it goes very far and wide. And she's very selective about who she gives that light to, as she should be. But why? Not why in general. Why in this instance? Because it is pretty glaring. You know what I'm saying? Royal Jenkins says Beyonce took over Brandy's #1 spot in the 2000s. Maybe. Now, in the past, there was a situation where Brandy gave an opinion about something to Kelly Rowland about Beyonce. Some say this might be leftover beef from that. Don't know. But it is interesting. Can we say that? There is something kind of glaring about it. DJ Black 909 says, one thing I'll give Ray J. He loves his sister and his sister loves him. He's crazy as hell, but they ride for one another 10 toes down all these years later in show business. That's sweet. Yeah. And like I said, you know siblings are. This sibling cannot come at you because they got a future. They got deals. They are the upstanding citizen. On the other hand, I got hands, fingers, and toes, or whatever Ray J has, a mouthpiece. And so I don't necessarily think that he is wrong in observing it.
My question is him and Brandy having conversations about this? And, is Brandy expressing concern, but, maybe
he said she's not tripping and she hasn't said anything. Now, if that's true or not, who knows?
I feel like maybe Ray J probably brought it up to Brandy, and then Brandy's response was like, I ain't tripping. Because part of me is like, if it's that serious, why don't Brandy go up to them and go say hello?
Does she necessarily know when they're in the building?
Ray J, no. You counting how many times they done been there?
He's counting because she's put out images. You know how Beyonce does. She does her photo dumps and things of that nature. So that is where, or, I'm sure probably whispering through the shows, pss, 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 was in the building, blah, 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 blah. It's been star-studded. The tour has about 2 more weeks left to it. We'll see what happens. But, the internet loves sibling loyalty. We do too. Ray J delivers it like it's sport. And his observations, though maybe improper to point out, he's not seeing what he's seeing.
I just want Ray J to find some peace, man. It just seems like, he's going through some inner struggles or whatnot, and he's just not happy overall. He's
going through some inner struggles, but Ray J also knows that when he crashes out, the numbers go up. And he said as such in interviews. He said it. I said it before. He said it too. When we come forward, more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
They say I'm a menace, that's the picture they paint. They say a lot about me, let me tell you what I am. They say a lot about me, let me tell you what I am. I ain't playing life short, so I ain't waiting like to stop training them. It's twice as hard to get a job as paying them. So I ain't paying attention to what you're saying.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams and Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani met Tuesday to discuss the transition. Adams hopes Mamdani will continue many of his programs, while Mamdani acknowledged both his past critiques and the successes of Adams' administration, including the City of Yes initiative and Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch's crime-fighting efforts. Jury selection has begun in the trial of Black Atlantic City, New Jersey Mayor Marty Small, who's accused of abusing his teenage daughter. Small and his wife, LaQuetta Small, face child endangerment charges, though she'll be tried separately. The mayor, recently reelected, also faces counts of witness tampering, terroristic threats, and aggravated assault. And Michael Jordan is suing NASCAR in federal court, accusing the organization of operating as a monopoly. Jordan, co-owner of 2311 Racing with Denny Hamlin, is one of 2 teams that refused to sign NASCAR's new revenue deal, saying it limits how teams can earn money. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In East LA, some good news. A crash that's been on the southbound 5 for a while before Dittman has finally cleared. Traffic still really heavy through the area due to the evening commute. You're going to be really slow from Cesar Chavez. In South LA, a stall has the left lane of the northbound 110 blocked at Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Stop and go right now from 51st Street. In Long Beach, a crash on the 710 southbound before Willow. They're over in the right shoulder.
Escape the confines of the city for the expansive beauty of the Santa Ynez Valley with a short 2-hour drive up the coast. Let Chumash Casino Resort be your destination getaway. Welcome to freedom. Go to chumashcasino.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
HBCU Southern University is taking a gamble on Marshall Faulk, the school's new head football coach. Faulk, introduced on Monday to the local media, has never been a head coach on any level. The Pro Football Hall of Fame running back completed his first season last week as running backs coach for Deion Sanders at Colorado. Faulk grew up in New Orleans, which is only 80 miles south of the Southern campus in Baton Rouge. The Southern administration is hoping Faulk's name appeal will help turn around the program. Southern was 2-10 this season, 1-7 in the SWAC. HBCU Hampton University is looking for a new head football coach after firing Trent Boykin. Hampton was 0-8 in the MEAC this season. Top 5 women's college basketball teams in this week's top 25 rankings: UConn, Texas, South Carolina, 8-1 UCLA and LSU. 5-2 USC is 16th. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 remembers Robin Ayers on the 1-year anniversary of her passing. 1 year ago this week, we lost a remarkable and vibrant voice. Robin Ayers touched countless lives through her passion, her love, her service, and her smile, which you could see through the radio. KBLA Talk 1580 honors her memory and celebrates the legacy she left behind. Robin, your spirit lives on in every conversation, in every connection, and in every one of us, inspired by your voice. Gone but never forgotten. KBLA Talk 1580, where voices matter.
I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You've been running around, throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I'd call you up. You've been going around every party in LA. Cause you knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that dress is karma, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. Oh, and now I'm all up on you, what you expect. But you're not coming home with me tonight. You just want attention, you don't want my heart. Maybe you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention, I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm never getting over you. Oh. You've been running around, throwing that dirt all on my name.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. The SAG season continues to roll on. Happy birthday, Charlie Pugh. We just talked about him last night. He's going to be singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl in January. Santa Clara. home of the 49ers. And the way it's looking, despite Sunday, the way it's looking.
Whose house?
It'll be the Rams' house. Ah!
I think it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game this year. You know what I'm saying? All the people that we expected to be on top are struggling. And, you know, some of the folks that we expected to struggle are actually balling. Shout out to Caleb Williams and the Bears. But it's still Rams gang all day.
Rams gang all day, all day, all day. You know, that's all I hear.
Joe, you got to break the news.
I'm trying to find out what happened, though.
I saw a couple stuff and rumors. I don't know how true it is, but
I'm trying to, yeah.
You don't want to say just
right.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
okay.
I want to make sure.
Shout
and I
out to
want
the
be
chat,
able
though.
to, shout out to the chat because that's our own. That's our home.
Man, for real, that
homeboy.
That would suck.
Right. I mean, yeah. So look, we may have some pending news. We don't know. I want to confirm first because that's the responsible thing to do. But listen, in wrapping up, right? As far as Brandy, Ray J, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, of course, it is absolutely their right to support, give lending to whomever they choose. But with Beyoncé being a girl's girl, right? That's what we always say. And this tour being about unification in the 90s, it just seems like it would be nice if we saw a photo, a flick of her with Brandy and Monica. And as I said, Beyonce speaks through what she does and does not post. It's very strategic, so may kind of mean something. Maybe so. All right, listen. From one toxic situation to another. All right, we talked about how Tamar Braxton said, I think it was a couple of months ago, that she had an injury. Something happened. She woke up in her home after throwing a small private party for a close friend, and she was bloody, toothless, face swollen. She didn't know what happened. And rumors immediately started swirling that somehow YouTuber Funky Dineva was involved, right? First of all, let me take a moment to send prayers and light to Funky, as he just announced recently that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They caught it early, and he will be moving forward with treatment. So he just wanted to let people know to be aware. But beyond that, this little back and forth, he was upset at Tamar because he said, Tamar, you're letting people think that I did something to you or I somehow put you in harm's way. And you're not clearing up the situation, but you're dropping all of these other hints, right? Well, that was it for a while. But Tamar recently appeared on a show with L'Oreal. I can't remember the station or the exact name of the show, but the host is L'Oreal. And she was asked about this incident. And Tamar said she still doesn't know what happened. And, there were some other things that were implied that were asked about. So Funky got on his YouTube live stream like, let me shoot you the business, Miss Tamar, as a friend. You don't do that to a friend, not protect them. You know exactly what was going on. And I'll let you listen to what he had to say. His knowledge was of that night. And mind you, his assertion is that he's been keeping it cool, keeping it balanced, trying not to speak on his friend's business, but his friend has left him no other choice because they are casting him in a poor light. So here we go.
You want to be like this? Let's be like this. Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeecees had in front of me. Okay. All of that, you at the video shoot in your booty shorts, sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up. I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all. So since you were throwing a party for a friend's birthday party.
So Mendeecees, he's formerly of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. He is married to Yandy. I think Yandy's last name is Smith. Yandy was a music manager, and they've had their ups and downs, accusations of cheating on both parts, outside relationships. And well, here the implication was that there was more to it than that. Now, Mendeecees was featured in Tamar's recent video album. He was the lead. He didn't have a fake name in it. They used his real name, but supposedly Tamar said they kind of knew each other, but didn't, but he was cast, but she chose him. Sounds kind of murky, kind of tricky, right? And the internets, because y'all know how y'all do, and you're smart, you're putting things together. The internets think that perhaps what happened to Tamar is that Yandy might have beat her up. Allegedly. That's what the internets are trying to put together, right? Tamar saying she doesn't know what happened. Funky saying, I know it wasn't me. I didn't go upstairs. You went upstairs with Mendeecees and his friend. And he felt her public displays were inappropriate for a woman to be doing with a married man. So Tamar has had her lawyers respond to this, basically saying that this is unequivocally false. And there's nothing inappropriate about the relationship, right? She said they're cool, but not really friends. And I don't know how this is all going to turn out. But it does seem like there's a little more clarity that Tamar could offer. Or maybe not discuss the situation. I don't know. But the other question is, if that is your friend, why would they reveal, even if you're no longer friends, reveal such information about you? But he feels unprotected. So we'll have to see. When we come forward, we're going to get into Serena Williams speaking out on body image, racism, and resilience. All that more on the other side.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
September is World Alzheimer's Month, a time to shine a light on a public health crisis that deeply impacts Black families. 1 in 5 Black adults ages 70 and older is living with Alzheimer's disease, or AD, and the risk is twice as high compared to white adults. But AD isn't just forgetting a name or losing track of time. Signs of early AD could be repeating questions, missing appointments, or struggling with bills and daily tasks. These things aren't a normal part of aging. Here's the good news. Treatments are available that may help if AD is diagnosed early. If you notice changes in memory or daily routines, whether in yourself or a loved one, don't wait. Early diagnosis and intervention are key to managing AD effectively. To learn more about AD and a potential treatment option, visit treatalsearly.com. That's treatalzearly.com to learn more about the signs and symptoms and a potential treatment option. This message is brought to you by AZI.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. Don't just take your clothes off, take the problems off. Take the armor off, take all the drama off. Let go your responsibilities you've been holding down. Know it's a lot on your mind, but I need your focus now. I need that. Yeah, I give you that. Yeah. In that conversation, can you speak my body language?
Bring that body to me. Baby, come closer, closer. Bring it to me.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So, our last story of the night. We're going to talk a little bit about Serena Williams, right? We know that throughout Serena's long, iconic career, one of the things that has dominated conversation has been on her body, right? Well, in a recent cover interview for Net-a-Porter, Serena talked about what it's like to dominate a sport while being criticized for the very body that made her great, right? In the interview, she said that my body was different. I had big boobs, a big butt. Every athlete at that time was super flat, super thin. She says the criticism caused significant mental strain. She said at age 17, after her first U.S. Open win, she vowed to never read comments again. She said growing up black in tennis comes with negativity. You have something mean to say? Get in line. It'll take days. She says that things have changed for Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka. No one's calling these girls the things that I was called. I think that it's a different conversation. I wouldn't say that it is completely evolved, but Serena and Venus, they definitely were trailblazers. They changed so much, but she is also right in the crazy thing that it wasn't just others, white people, that were criticizing and throwing mean things at her. So I know that that is another thing that, you know, has probably been interesting to reconcile as you sort of look back over your life and career. Andy?
She was definitely a trailblazer, like you said. Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka, obviously probably not getting the criticism because we've had a Serena Williams and a Venus Williams or whatnot. I just think that was the times, you know. We're talking about a Eurocentric standard of beauty here that we're comparing.
And a
to,
sport that is large, that at that point, really Arthur Ashe and Althea Gibson.
That was it. So, you know, anytime something new kind of comes into the world, into the market, you know, people are going to be like, I don't know. But now I'm pretty sure them same people who grew up probably watching Serena Williams is probably like, yo.
Big fans.
You feel me?
Shouting her out.
So
that's my girl.
So, you know, unfortunately, like you said, she was a trailblazer. A lot of the times, if you're blazing a trail, you're going to get a lot of the criticism, a lot of the negativity. But shout outs to her. You paved the way for no more criticism. And
I mean, but here's the thing. I wouldn't say that because Naomi has received a lot of criticism for her mental toughness.
Oh, see, that's different from body, though, right?
So different from body, but, you know, some people have talked about whether or not she's coddled. You know, it's that fine line that I think we find with Gen Z.
That's what it is.
Right? Of what is taking space for myself, being gentle with myself, and what we deemed mental toughness. There are things that they deal with. I got to stay home from work and take 3 weeks off because my mental isn't together. And you're not wrong with that, right? Sometimes things happen, but we didn't have the luxury of such fragility. And I know that's not fair to term it as such, but,
Well, that's going to be this generation's criticism. You know what I'm saying? And then, the generation after us, they're going to get mental health criticism or whatever, and it's not going to be an issue. So it is what it is.
We'll see. I mean, Serena is an icon. We know that she's been on GLP-1 shots. I think that's the technical name for it. It's not Ozempic, but it's Ozempic-like, right? And I think that the weight that she is at now is something, it's a look that she has long wanted, I believe. And, it's important to feel good about yourself. And as much as we talk about you got to love yourself, you do. You 100% do. You have to believe in yourself and love yourself. But how hard is it at times to love yourself when the whole world is telling you that you don't have something worth loving? So
that's where the strong foundation comes in and kicks in. You got to instill the love within first, and have that awareness that the world is not going to love you the way we do. You know what I'm saying? So the foundation is key when it comes to stuff like that.
I mean, and, we also have to point out that they did use Serena to grow, Serena and Venus, the global game, the visibility. But we've seen so many, accusations and comments on behavior that we've seen them let slide or slightly celebrate when other races have done their version of such, right? So I don't know, but we love Serena. We're always excited, always happy for her. Okay. One more story. And we talked about this a bit, but this I feel like is a case of, hey, pay attention to what's happening before you stepped in the picture and have some compassion and some empathy. All right. So Rashida Nicole, if you don't know who she is, she's an Instagram model, right? She got popular because she and LiAngelo Ball got married suddenly after LiAngelo, goodness, it's one of those nights, y'all. Work with me. Had just had his second child with former Love and Hip. We've had a Love and Hip Hop night, have we not? Mendeecees, Ray J. Now we're talking about Jello and Rashida Nicole and Miss Nikki Baby. So Miss Nikki Baby from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is Jello's children's mother. He left her after 5 months, and maybe earlier than that, after their newly birthed of their second child, got with Rashida Nicole and married her. She was also pregnant. She's opening up about emotional abandonment from him during the pregnancy, cheating revelations, and the painful journey leading up to the birth of their daughter. So she basically got what she was given, didn't pay attention to the pattern that happened beforehand, and now has had to, eat crow, right? She says that he asked to change their daughter's name because it was too close to his new girlfriend's name. She confirms that they're divorced. She says she later found out he was cheating with the new girlfriend, much like she was on Nikki, right? She says that she quietly apologized to Nikki, both publicly and privately. And her final quote was, "I'm not bitter. I'm exhausted. I've carried this entire journey alone." Well, girl, you saw what he was doing, and it was cute then. He was crashing out. And now this is what happens. But seriously, Jello, you got to grow up. Don't be out here wilding out like this. Andy, did you have something to add? So, so goes the Ball story. So goes the Ball journey. Shout out to Rashida for being a woman, though, and apologizing, because she should have. All right, you guys, that's my time. Of course, I'm here every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. for all your trending topics and headlines. Make sure that if you have commentary, hit me up on social media at Stiletto Jill. Coming up next is the voice of reason, Zoe Williams. I'll holler at you guys tomorrow.
Watch out with your shoulder. Get scary out here, fool. I might swerve in that corner, whoa, whoa. Hold on tight, cause I tweak in this bitch, I let it go. And I heard that she wanna show, whoa, me who she be, I'm kinda f***ing with it, show me some more. We tatted head to toe, could give a story rope. You wanna tweak it up with me, and I'ma show you how that go. Like the money in my pockets blow, whoa. They having combos about me, these niggas don't know. Tell me what they talking about. I ain't listening. Let your thoughts run your mouth, but ain't touching dividends. I ain't from the south, but kick it with my Memphis twins. I can't take a loss, I'm always going for the win. I've been geeked up in this booth, I got my blunt pack for the starter. Be acting new, they put some hoes all through your body. I'm like, all the hoes is cool, let them in if that shit water. See a nigga acting bother, got my green light to red dot. If you spot me home, I'm sorry, I can't take you, ain't getting all that. Look like you want smoke, but we gon' do this shit regardless. And I started from the bottom just like you, but I was harder. I came up the soldier. You can shout out to my father. He made sure I make it farther.